All right. First thing I need you to do is make sure your name's on it. Even if you're doing this online, so virtual students, make sure you're typing in your name. Make sure it's readable. Make sure you capitalize properly. Be an adult. We are 7th period. Okay, Ray, if your employer is paying 75%, what percent are you paying?
25%?
Yeah, so I'm just going to do 25% of the 1,500. Don't say the answer out loud, but you should get something there. I'll give you a minute so you can do it, right?
Okay.
All right, so now whatever you got here, if we want to find our monthly cost, do we add, subtract, multiply, or divide?
Divide.
By how much?
12.
Because there's 12 months. Get your answer. And then I think it's important to understand, this is your monthly. I would divide it by 2 and figure out your weekly paycheck, your paycheck. Because most people get a paycheck every 2 weeks. It's just helpful. I would do 3 things. Because you have 3 things to find. We've got our annual premium, so we've got medical, we've got dental, and we've got vision. How much does medical cost every year?
Medical cost every year.
$4,000.
Where's the deposit?
The annual premium is?
Oh, 4,950.
Yep, that's for your medical. How much, and how much do you pay? What percentage do you pay?
25%.
Yeah, so 0.25. That's going to give you a number. Whatever you get there, you're going to divide by 52. That's going to get you part of your answer. Then our dental. How much does dental insurance cost?
Dental 350.
How much does the vision cost?
195.
So again, we're going to take, where you're paying all of this yourself. So this one, we're just going to divide both of these by 52. Get your numbers. And then you're going to take all the boxes and add them together to get how much. It should be between $30 and $40. Your answer should be in there when you add them all together. If your answer's not in there, you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
But I don't want to say the answer, I want you to be able to do the math. But it helps me to be able to check myself. Are we ready to go to number 3, or are we still working?
Still working.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
doing everything by hand. So that's what I want.
Okay, now for this part, we've got 2 different things to do. If you have a healthcare plan that they give you something like this when you're doing healthcare, and it's very confusing, but we're going to break it down. How much would you pay given the following scenario? You're single, so that means we're looking here, as opposed to family. You have 1 emergency room, so I've got ER. I'm going to go to the doctor 5 times, and I'm going to go to the specialist 2 times. Okay? How much was my ER? How much does the ER cost?
Okay. Yeah.
They told no.
4,280.
Yeah, that's how much they're charging me. Now, I'm also going to point out that you pay the copay in additional to that. So copay for an ER, can you see that it's 50? Okay, that's 50, okay? Okay, how much does it cost to go to the doctor? We're pretending in network.
Okay. In there, doctor. That's 300 for a single.
That's for a deductible.
Oh. So would it be visit 15? First visit 15 visits?
It's this one. So physical therapy is when you're doing some kind of rehab, and physician is just another name for doctor.
Got it.
So $10 per, so we're gonna do 5 times 10. How much is that?
50.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how much does it cost to go to the specialist?
20.
So we're gonna add all this up. Okay. So I'm adding all those together. I'm going to get a number. And then we're going to talk about what deductible means. Tell me what you get, Ray. I'll actually write it down this time.
Alright, I get 4,237.
4427?
Yes.
Okay, that's what the bill would be without the deductible. But what is your deductible?
Deductible is what you pay, right?
Okay, so see how it says in the table annual deductible for single? In network, what is it?
200.
Yeah, that's what you have to pay before insurance pays. So you don't have to pay all this. How much do you need to pay? How much do you pay?
Minus 300?
It's actually going to be $300 for your deductible, and then you still have to pay all your co-pays. Oh man, I forgot my 40. So this is how much you would pay with insurance in network. That's all the co-pays and everything else. Now we're going to do it without insurance, okay? So we're going to, not without, but out of network. It's still going to be the same amount, it's still going to be the same bill of the 4287, but our co-pays are going to be more expensive out of network. So how much is the ER copay out of network?
ER, still 50.
It's still 50. How much is the copay for the doctor out of network? Mm-hmm. How many doctor visits do we have?
5.
How many specialist visits do we have?
2.
And how much does it cost to visit a specialist?
1.
Mm-hmm. So remember, these are our non-negotiable parts. The copays you can't change. So for our copay, we were going to do $50 plus $60 plus $50, right? So we're paying $160 just in copays here. And what's our deductible on this?
Deductible 600.
So you're going to put those together, and that's what you would pay out of network. You following? Okay, I technically should have had you write this under here. Don't care. I can clearly see you did the work. Okay, this wouldn't fit on the next page and still give you room to work, so I'll read it to you. The main goal that we're going to work on is comparing and contrasting. Your main job is to understand, because this is just one of hundreds of options you're going to be presented with. We're looking for the different medical insurance options. I gave you online examples to look at, and we're just going to summarize the key differences. So if you go into Canvas, this assignment is there. I'm also going to show you on paper really quickly. I'll do the bronze plan because it's the worst one to try to decipher, because there are 4 plans on the front and 4 more plans on the back. I would do silver or gold. They're much easier Okay, and then we'll take turns on the other one. So I'm gonna walk you through the bronze one right now, and then I'll let you open up a plan. So the first thing we're looking at is your deductible. So it starts at 4,500, 4,900, 5,000, 5,000, and then on the back, 6,000, 8,550, blah, blah, blah. So for my range, I always start with the low end. So I'm gonna start with the 4,500, and then the biggest plan on there, 8,550. So that's my range for my deductible. Co-insurance. Co-insurance is right here. So 40%, do you see that little 4 up there? That is a reference for you to look down at these numbers and see what it means. All percentages shown are of allowance amount for coverage services. So they'll cover up to 40%. Number 5. I saw 5 on one of these. Okay. I'm going to break this down with you really quickly. Co-insurance, we've got 40, 50, 50, 50, 50, 0, 0, 50. So somewhere is covered between 0% and 50%. Make sure you have the percentage, because percent is different than dollars. Right? If they only cover up to $50, that's messed up when I have something big going on. But 50%, that's helpful. So I'm going to break this one down. You work on, do you want to just take the paper? I have paper version.
Really?
Yeah. So once you have it filled out, what I did is I went through very quickly and highlighted things that were different. So the deductible range is very different between the 3 plans, whereas the coinsurance is basically up to 50% on the plans. So that's what I want you to do. I'm purposely not showing it so that you have to do it. All right, guys. So the main differences between the plan, for me, the number one difference is your deductible. And then I don't care what you put as long as it is obviously very different. One of the other big differences for me is whether or not it has an HSA. The only one that does is my bronze plans. But look and see what's the most different and what's going to be affecting you the most, and write that down as your 3 big things that are different. Then what is the same for all of them? Honestly, the co-insurance is basically the same thing for all of them, and the out-of-pocket maximum is basically the same for all of them. So I'd say out-of-pocket maximum. And then anything else that you think is basically the same and there's no real difference, it's not a reason to change plans. And then tell me which plan you would pick. I want an actual number. So for me right now, I would pick the bronze 302, and I would pick it for 3 reasons. 1, it has an HSA. 2, it has the deductible is the same thing as your max out of pocket. And 3, basically it was just the best option with an HSA, but that's the same thing again. I'm trying to find out how that 0% works. Still waiting to hear back, but when I find out, I'll let you know. And that's it, guys.